Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your yoga and nature yoga practice. My name is Bourgeois, and I'll be guiding you through practice. Today we are focusing on 4 elements, so our practice is going to be fully about encompassing nature in our own bodies. And as we practice, as always, like your body is what comes first, you are what comes first. So water whenever you would like, rest whenever you would like. I'm pretty sure you can pause the episode if you need to. And we're gonna start off with our water element, which is so fitting because my mat is all nice and wet from the river. So find a comfortable seat, and your mat might be dry, but you can still embody the element. And in your comfortable seat, we're gonna start off with breath. So with your eyes closed, I want you to inhale through your front body. So inhale into your belly, your ribs, feel your heart lift up all the way up to the top of your head. And then as you exhale, feel your exhale go down your back body, all the way to your roots, all the way to your sit bones. So you take a deep inhale, wave up through the front of your body, and exhale out the back. Inhale, keep it circular. And then exhale. Hands to your knees. On your next inhale, start to press your heart forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, round your spine. Moving like a wave. Inhale, start from your lower back, ripple forward, heart forward. You can look up, and then exhale, tuck your chin, start to round back, landing at your tailbone. And then inhale, roll forward, draw forward, lift up. And then exhale to round it out. And now we're gonna add a circular component. So inhale, you're gonna roll forward and then off to the right. Feel your ribs draw to the right. And then exhale, feel yourself tuck back. And then as you come to the left, inhale, let yourself roll up, let your heart lift and draw through, and then exhale, round back. And you can close your eyes if you want. And if you feel silly, no need to. Just let your body move and feel. And if this is not something you do every day, this might feel a little bit strange, and that's okay. And then once you get to your inhale right to the top, we're gonna exhale to the other side. So exhale over to the left, feel your ribs draw back, let your spine round back, and then inhale, press forward. Your movements are organic. Keep yourself circular without pausing. Keep your breath full. We're going to do one more loop around. And then as we come to the right, you're going to gently loop back and come back through center. Once you're in center, you're going to come onto your hands and then in through tabletop. So from tabletop, you're going to keep that circular breath. You're going to inhale, roll forward, draw yourself down, bring your heart and chin before your belly, and then exhale, wave yourself up, and then back into tabletop. Let your hips tip back, and then inhale, draw forward, and down on your exhale, bum stays lifted, heart down, inhale, roll up. And then exhale back, and you're gonna notice that my back bends get a little bit bigger, not much bigger. And as you move, it's just meant to be organic. Like if you think of water rushing or moving, it just sort of happens. So let that happen for you. Let your heart lift and let your breath guide this movement. It's a natural water element. And then roll up. And then lower your heart and chin, and then belly. Cobra on your inhale. And then exhale, press yourself back into your child's pose. Come all the way back. And then walk your hands to the left. Right hip back. And then inhale, come through center, and exhale to the other side. So big fluid, like half circle, expanding through your ribs. And then inhale, come back through into child's pose. And organically roll yourself up and onto your belly. So once you're on your belly, shoulders roll back, draw your heart through. And then take your arms, bring them forward so your elbows come directly underneath your shoulders. Press your heart forward in Sphinx pose. Less of a water pose, but we'll bring it into seal. So if your lower back feels really great here and you wish to stay, then you can stay. Otherwise, press into your hands and lift into seal, lifting your elbows up. You can walk your hands forward and lift through your heart. And then exhale, let yourself lower down. Start with your belly and then your ribs. And then as you come down, you're gonna stack your hands, rest your forehead on stacked hands, and then take your feet and turn them out. This is Makrasana. So you'll notice as you lay here, your breath will go deeper into your lower belly. It's just a natural happening in this pose. And let that happen. Keep that going, keep your breath. Press yourself up into tabletop, cross your ankles, and then you're gonna tip your weight back, bring your legs out in front. And with your legs out in front, take your left leg long, sole of your right foot to the inside of your thigh. Left arm comes down, inhale, lift your right arm up and over. Exhale here. Inhale, rise up. You're gonna place your right hand down by your hip. Lift your hips, reach your left hand up and over. And then exhale, you're gonna lower on down. Sweep your hands around to your straight leg. Take your right hand around to the outside of your left foot. And then twist over your straight leg. And then slowly come back through center. You're gonna cross at your wrists and bow over your straight leg. And then inhale. Place your hands by your hips, roll your body up, and then switch your legs. Bring your right elbow down, inhale, lift your left arm up, and then overhead. Exhale here. Inhale to rise. Take your left hand by your hip. Sweep your right hand up and over. And then exhale to lower down. Take a big organic sweep to your straight leg. Left hand around to the outside of your right foot. And then twist over your straight leg. And slowly bring your hands forward, cross at your wrists, and you can fold. So though the rhythm of our breath is created through water, through that natural movement, slowly lift up. You're gonna cross at your ankles, plant your hands, and then come back into downward dog. So keeping your rhythm of breath, notice as we get into a fire element how your heart will speed up a little bit. You might even start to sweat a tiny bit. Lift your right leg all the way up. Still keep that same beautiful rhythm you've established. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee to your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Reach your hands up and overhead. Make your hands into fists. Bring them to your waist. Bend your back knee to hover. Fists of fire. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Big breath out. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more, breath in. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Then open up into warrior two. From warrior two, straighten your front leg and turn your toes to the side. And then exhale, fold forward. And as you fold, we're gonna come to shadow lunges. So walk your hands over to your left, right toes point up to the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale. Exhale to right. Inhale. Exhale to left. I'm going to do two more. Inhale. Exhale to right. And then inhale, lift. And come on over to the left. And then you're going to gently walk your hands towards the left. So right now you could end up with your back facing me. And know that we're going to go into the same thing on this side. So just kind of come with the flow, reach all the way up. First fist of fire. Exhale, make your hands into fists, bring them to your waist, bend your back knee. Rise up. Down to exhale. Up on your inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. I have a nice breeze here thanking me. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, you're gonna plant your hands down. Send your left leg all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale, knee to left. Inhale. Exhale, knee to right. Inhale. Exhale, look forward. Left knee behind left wrist. Right knee behind right wrist. Rock onto your sit bones. Plant your toes down. Or you can place your hands to the back of your thigh. Lift your shins up to parallel. Arms alongside you for Navasana, boat pose. So you can have toes down. You can have shins up or legs straight. Shoulders back. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your back. Take a moment here. Notice if your heart rate went up. Notice your breath. See how everything is feeling. And take a moment to absorb it. Take a moment to be with it. And then if you need a break, you're welcome to some water. Checking in with your heart and your breath. You're going to gently bend your knees, place your feet onto the earth, and then you're gently going to lift your hips. Find a gentle bridge pose. Your shoulders roll back. And then you can reach down and this time grab for the edges of your mat. And start to pull your mat to your shoulder blades and press your shoulder blades to your heels. And then release your hands, soften your shoulder blades and lower down. As we move into air, we'll embrace some back bends. So you can stay with bridge, or you can set up for a wheel, bringing your hands by your head. You're going to press down into your feet, and then you're going to gently press down and then slowly lift to the top of your head, and then lift all the way up. Heart stays open. And then tuck your chin, lower to the back of your head, and come all the way down. And once you're down, palms open, extend your legs to Shavasana. And you'll notice all that new space in your body. Your breath is capable of moving to new places. And then you'll gently bend your knees, and we'll just neutralize our spine with a gentle twist. Bring your legs over to the right. Hug your inner thighs together. And then come back through center. Exhale over to the left. And then come back up through center. Cross your ankles, place your hands to the backs of your thighs, and rock up into seated. So from seated, you're going to place your hands down onto your mat and wiggle your legs back slightly. Bring your knees about mat width apart, big toes touch. Sit onto your heels. Hands can come behind you, fingers point to your toes. Lift your hips, lengthen your tailbone, and sit down. And then you can stay here or lower onto your elbows. And if you're on your elbows and have space, you can lower to your shoulders. Thinking of air and ether as space, new moves, new movement, new room in the body. And then tuck your fingers under your shins. Come up to your elbows and rise all the way up into seated. Once you're in seated, we're going to come to a gentle Ustrasana or a gentle camel. So it's still just like with water, it's still with our breath. So always honoring our breath. I encourage you to take your time, and we're going to run through this a few times. So you may notice at the beginning you're a little bit less expansive, and then towards the end you have more room. So you'll place your left hand onto your heel. Inhale, lift your hips, reach your right hand up to the sky. Exhale, lower your hips down, take your right hand to your heel. Inhale, lift up, left hand to the sky. So first drawing to the sky, gentle hip lift. Left hand down, inhale, lift, right arm up. Maybe your hips draw forward a bit more and your arm reaches a little bit more. And then exhale to lower. Right hand down, inhale, lift your left arm up, and then start to reach over. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, lift up, and draw your arm even further over. And exhale to lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift your hips, hands to low back. Squeeze your elbows behind you. Lift your heart. And here I'm gifted the wonderful element of air in the form of wind. And then gently hands to low back. Slowly lift up. And then sit onto your heels. Start to come to the ground. Your shins ground down. And you're going to gently tip your weight into your right hip, and then swing your right leg out so your shin is parallel with your mat. And then you're going to take your left thigh and line it up with your right foot. And turn over your right knee, and then gently fold over your leg. So this is called deer pose. And we're getting into the element of earth, and on the way here I got to see a few deer, one of them being mischievous and the other one taking ownership of the road. And these lovely elements of earth, these elements of the ground, of what surrounds us. And so honoring them with this pose. You can stack your hands or rest your head on a pillow. And then slowly you can lift up, and then you're going to keep your legs the same, but walk your hands over to your right hip. So you're in a twist now, and you're welcome to stay upright in this twist, or you can gently crawl your hands forward and then even come to bring your head down. So you don't have to feel too much sensation here to know that it's working. Just take your time to be here. And you'll feel yourself winding down and rooting. Your rooting will take place with heat we've created through fire, organic breath we've created through water, and space we've created through air. You can slowly lift up. And then you're going to take your legs and switch them over. So bring your left shin parallel. And then you're going to line your right thigh up with your left foot. And then turn to your bent knee. And then fold over your knee. So sometimes it's nice to first really work with that long and tall spine. And then you can stay or come forward and rest your head. And then you can slowly lift up. Find your twist. And then you can stay lifted or come forward. And distractions can take place in our homes, take place driving or even outside. So let yourself focus inward. And then you can slowly lift up. And then gently you're going to swing your legs out in front, and we're going to take your legs to a wider diamond shape. So you can bring them out as far as you want, and then you can pick one of two ways. So one, your hands will be over your legs, and you can gently fold forward, spine can round. Or you can tuck your arms underneath your legs. And you can have your palms press into the ground and let your chin tuck. This is also a really great pose to close off your days. So if you're someone that has a hard time sleeping or winding down, this is a really great pose to practice. Feel everything soften. Feel everything relax. And though the urge to grab for your feet and kind of pull yourself down might be strong, instead just let everything soften. Really instead focus on connecting your hands with your mat, with the ground. And then on your own time with your eyes closed, you can slowly lift your upper body up and then come to lay on your back. So take your legs out long, shoulders roll back. Palms open. And as you let your whole back body sink heavy into your mat, like heavy into the earth, let your front body breathe in spaciousness and opening. And then I encourage you to stay here for as long as you can. Relax for as long as you need. And I thank you all so much for tuning in and taking part in this practice. Namaste.